Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time I missed a resource that I could pick up on this bridge. All is right with the world now, in fact even more right, because that was actually forging material. But yeah, last time we cleared out this bridge of an illusion invasion and had Alcryst and his two retainers joining us. Let's head back to the Somniel and spend a little bit of time with them and get to know them a little more. Also, we've got 2 Master Seals and some people are level 10 now.
Take that!
Okay, she has Hyper Beam now.
Almost done. That's the last of them. The village is finally safe. But it's still not good enough. I have to be strong. Strong, just like you were. I still miss you so much. And I think about what you said to me all those long years ago. Where are you, brother?
You can now select Recreation at the Pool. Okay, and bond conversations are available. Before we go over what's new at the Somniel, let's find our new allies. Oh, both Alcryst and Lapis are here. Are they... Okay, they're kind of close to each other. They're not, like, right next to each other, but they're kind of close to each other. I'm not a massive diehard shipper of those two or anything at all. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Alcryst first.
It's me, the Brodian prince who isn't Diamant.
Alcryst, you don't need to feel bad about yourself, buddy. I'm going to give you a mostly glowing review. If you want an archer on your team and haven't trained Etier, Alcryst can slot in pretty easily with his decent base stats and starting level of 10. He's good enough to do what an archer needs to do, killing flyers right from the start, while also being surprisingly tanky for an archer. He has a +1 defense cap for a reason. His personal skill is also very nice. If he accompanies your main forces, it's easy for him to have this up every turn, and +3 strength makes him a deceptively heavy hitter. In terms of growths, Alcryst has incredible dexterity, good speed and HP, and decent strength and defense. The biggest notable thing about Alcryst is that, being a royal, he gets an exclusive promotion. A promotion he can access immediately if you're so inclined, although Master Seals are in very high demand at this point. The class's name sounds flashy, but it is literally just French for sniper. But that's fitting, as it's basically just sniper, except with objectively better base stats and a better skill. Yes, for some reason Luna is a character-specific skill in Engage, but ignoring half the enemy's defense, or resistance if you're using a Radiant Bow, will increase Alcryst's damage output significantly, and he has the dexterity to pull this off relatively consistently at high levels. If he's using a Brave Bow, or a certain Engage attack, it's not hard to trigger Luna at least once. But personally, what I like even more about Alcryst's personal class is that it's covert type, making him an excellent lure and dodge tank on normal and hard, and potentially invincible to some enemies on maddening. He can even do some damage to one-range enemies with a mini bow this way. Overall, Alcryst is a solid archer who doesn't need a lot of investment, and can be quite strong later on once he gets a Luna build going. And now, his future wife, Lapis.
Ooh.
I'm not a shipper at all.
I'll cut you down to size.
Okay, I'm biased towards Lapis as a character, but I fully admit she's not amazing. But she does have some things going for her. Firstly, she is, again, a backup class by default, making her excellent filler, especially if you haven't trained Boucheron or Anna at this point. Her base stats will certainly be better than those two by now. In fact, they're serviceable for her to contribute well in combat for the whole Brodia arc if you have a free deployment slot. Deployment slots only become really tight right after Brodia, and by that point some powerful pre-promotes join who can easily replace Lapis, so I find it doesn't hurt you much to use her for this arc. But if you like her and want to use her the whole game, what does she offer? Well, mostly speed. Lapis is one of those in the 4-way tie for best personal speed growth in the game. Combined with her good base speed, her speed stat can easily reach overkill levels. And this is a blessing in disguise as it allows her to do one of two things. Either go into an even faster class like Wolf Knight to maintain doubling thresholds even on the fastest enemies, or use a class or emblem to patch up her strength, letting her hit fast and hard. This is my favourite direction for her, either through a reclass to Wyvern Knight or with the emblem we get in Chapter 8. But there are other classes that work on her. It costs a second seal and some emblem leveling, but she makes a better thief than Yunaka. Her personal growth in magic lets her work as a Griffin Knight, and if you want a mix of offense and support, she can quickly pick up lance or axe proficiency and go hero for 1 to 2 ranged chain attacks and brave assist. And starting at level 10 means that Lapis can get into one of these classes pretty much as soon as you want. You might notice that I haven't mentioned Swordmaster. The game clearly intends this to be her canon promotion, but I don't think Swordmaster is a very good class in Engage. Hero is basically the same thing but better. Overall, Lapis has overkill speed and shaky but fixable offenses, which may be fitting because her fellow retainer is the exact opposite. Oh right, I forgot to mention her personal skill. It's strange because while the -10 crit seems like a bad thing, this skill rarely holds me back whenever I use Lapis. In fact, she has an odd tendency to be a crit machine for me in spite of it. The bonus to hit rate is nice since having 100 accuracy is fairly rare in this game. Now I just need to find Citrinne. Oh, she's in the cafe. So yeah, they're all like right around here. Hi there. Of course you're sitting on the luxurious couch. Maybe we could. But yeah, now let's talk about her.
Allow me to dazzle you.
Finally, someone who starts as a mage and actually wants to be one. In both her base stats and growth rates, it should be clear what Citrinne's theme is. Titanic magic and resistance, but somewhat lacking speed. Emphasis on only somewhat lacking though. The thing with Citrinne is her speed is just low enough to still be fixable, and Engage has a lot of tools to fix speed. There's Mage Knight and its class skill, there's certain emblems, tonics, meals, and even bond rings. Bond rings deserve special mention because Citrinne makes great use of a few of them, namely Olwen, May, and Lilina. 2 videos from now, I'm going to explain how to rig the system to guarantee bond rings that you want, and if you're planning on using Citrinne and don't consider that cheap, that's something I recommend doing. She also starts at level 10 and has staff proficiency innately, letting her instantly promote to Sage for even stronger magic and staff utility. I said Master Seals are in high demand now, but Citrinne makes a good case for one. But speaking of seals, there's another weird build that Citrinne can also go for, reclassing to Sniper. Her personal base in magic is high enough to immediately put out great damage with a Radiant Bow. And this combos well with an emblem obtained later on. You may notice I haven't mentioned her personal skill. It's pretty good in theory, giving a reciprocity effect to healing items. The problem is, every turn Citrinne spends using a healing item is a turn she's not spending annihilating enemies' faces off with magic, so kinda feels like that's using her wrong. From my observations of discussion around this game, Citrinne was very undervalued early in Engage's lifetime, but she's lately been reevaluated far more positively, and I can definitely see why. You're sitting on this slightly less luxurious, but still pretty luxurious chair. You know, while I'm here, I may as well cook a meal.
Hey!
SEA is on cooking duty again. Actually, how about we spend some time with our new allies? And have Alcryst and Lapis share a meal together. I'm so sorry. Oh, strength and resistance. Like, oh, I don't have any chicken. Huh, okay. Well, I guess we just have to make potato pancakes again. Let's have potato pancakes and fish, which I suppose is kind of just a different way of having fish and chips.
You know, this might be good for muscles.
It's delicious. Incredibly delicious.
I love this flavor.
So they didn't get a support yet. Oh, only rank D. Yeah, D rank meals don't give a packed lunch at all, so clans or whoever has favorite food is not really going to like that. However, I may be able to fix that by going to the pool. Oh, John likes being by the pool, it seems. Maybe that's just another thing he does to train. So yeah, Recreation lets you select 2 allies in the Somniel to spend some time relaxing at various locations. Support points between the allies you select may increase as they spend time together. This is kind of similar to those activities you can do with people in Three Houses Monastery. That was also a way of building support. You can do this once each at the pool, orchard, and stable between battles. There's 3 of these. So firstly, let's have Alcryst and Lapis help out at the pool, and I don't have an agenda at all. You can just do skip to results. There we go, okay, they have a support. All is right with the world. I like how there's like a giant divine dragon sigil on the bottom of the pool, which actually does kind of remind me of something that I once stayed at a hotel where there was like a giant sort of mural of like the Egyptian god Osiris at the bottom of the pool, and my sister was always terrified of that and just didn't want to swim in that pool alone even though we were on holiday, just because she just, you know, having the, like, one of the Egyptian gods of, I think it was actually Anubis, maybe? Essentially, it was an Egyptian god of death just staring at you from below a pool is admittedly a little intimidating. Okay, how about we see if we can get a support with Citrinne and somebody. Citrinne supports Unaka, and if I remember right, their support is actually pretty interesting. Doesn't exactly start on the best foot if I'm remembering right, though. Oh wow, already unlocked support. I guess they did fight close to each other a lot in the last map. I guess we'll see if I was remembering right about this.
Listen.
Yes, Hortensia did say she was the first princess after all. There is another princess. But okay then, who wants to help out with the orchard? You know, more Unaka supports is always good. Who can she also support with? Alfred, that might be interesting. Let's try that. In fact, if I'm remembering right, her supports with Alfred are, yeah, interesting. Yeah, already a conversation available. So this was actually another of the features that was added in a patch, and it's great because it makes getting supports between people much easier in a game where getting supports is quite difficult. Oh, we're not quite at max with Sommi yet. From what I remember, maxing out Sommi's affection doesn't really do all that much besides just make them help you more with activities. But since we're now entering Brodia, the Kingdom of Might, I think it's fitting that they meet Mr. Angry Eyes. And yeah, you wear the grand garb too. And yes, a black scarf to match your angry eyes. Oh, the boutique has new stock, but I'm pretty sure that's just Brodian outfits. Speaking of Brodia, though, if we examine the bulletin board, and also remember to claim achievements, always do this. Yeah, there we go, 2,000, that's more like it. We do have Brodia's donation level unlocked, and if you have money to invest into this, I would recommend doing it now, because we're going to be spending a couple of chapters in Brodia, and look at this. See how Brodia gives you, like, iron, steel, and silver? These multipliers go up a lot when you invest into Brodia, making Brodian skirmishes and battles a great way to grind forging material. So, let's go to next level. And that gets 10 iron. And yeah, I had to invest 15,000 into another country. That should be all the DLC gold. Oh, we get a Voodoo as well. Yeah, it's a Woo Dao, but I always, when I was, playing like the GBA games, I always used to call it Voodoo because it was funny. But yeah, as you can see, even though they're the same level, Brodia has a much higher multiplier on medals, and it goes even higher if you raise the bond level even more. It didn't say the armory and shop had more stock though. Does that mean that my current 2 Master Seals are all that I have?
Welcome.
Because I was hoping to do a whole lot of promotions this episode. No, you're not selling any more promotion items, so I do still have 2 Master Seals though. Something that I have not mentioned yet about the arena is the arena does forcibly unequip emblems during its combats. Makes sense since otherwise somebody might have an unfair advantage with them, but it does mean that you don't gain SP in arena fights unless you equip a bond ring beforehand. Technically speaking, I should be equipping a bond ring on anybody that I send into the arena, but like, I just don't want to have to flip between all those menus every single time that I have somebody fight in the arena. So yeah, forgive me if I don't do that, but yeah.
I'm, Jean. Should I really be here?
Well, depends on who you're fighting.
You look tough. I'd better be careful.
This could... Nope, I was about to say this could go either way, and then that happened. Not enough for a level. And I feel like if Clan won a little bit in the arena, he could probably go to promotion, but I want to see if I can level Jean and Anna a bit. Oh, now I have to choose. Either one of them can level up, but Jean can very easily get his next level in the next battle just by healing one person, whereas it might be a little harder for Anna, so let's just have Anna get another one. 3 straight losses. This has not been a good arena. Okay, there we go. She gained magic. That's kind of more on point for her. Oh, and you two support each other. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's apparently a feeling that a lot of people get in the arena. They're always like, wait, what? These two can support? But okay, speaking of Lapis. So what I'm going to actually do with Lapis here is, I'm going to level her up with Sigurd to get her lance proficiency.
I'm Lapis, a royal soldier of Brodia.
I am Sigurd. You think to duel me?
You're a prince and a knight, right, Sigurd? And I'm just a lowly commoner. Oh, I'm so nervous.
It matters not from whence you hail, Lapis. We are united by our cause.
Just as long as you have holy blood, otherwise you don't have a boost to your growth rates. Well, actually, Sigurd had some people like Dew who had very good growth rates even without holy blood, so yeah. But that's not really what I wanted just yet. What I wanted was to level her a little further and get, I think I already said this, lance proficiency, which only requires 1 more level. So the reason why I wanted lance proficiency on Lapis, and this might seem weird for a character that I didn't really use a whole lot in that previous battle, to be my first class change. I only have 2 Master Seals, but we will get access to more from the shop soon. Swordmaster is like Lapis' intended promotion. I actually prefer Hero, because look at that, Brave Assist, you get 2 chain attacks at full HP, but it isn't loaded until level 5. And it also means that she can use a Javelin and get 1 to 2 range chain attacks. I kind of like to save my promotions for ones that would drastically change how a character plays, and I think I'm going to go for this, although it kind of makes more sense to make Aaliyah my first promotion. So yeah, his only promotion right now is Divine Dragon, but Divine Dragon is quite a good class for him. If I can get him some more proficiencies though, he'll eventually be able to become, let's just say... Oh, I love the way that Aaliyah's shield looks as a general, but no, not a general. As much as his stats definitely lean towards general for me in this playthrough. Here we go, Martial Master. So I need staff proficiency for this. I can get that from Micaiah. And Aaliyah is one of the few people who can reclass to this and have access to chain guards alongside his personal skill, which this is something that I may use later.
Let's have a good match.
I'm Micaiah. Let's make this match a good one.
How I won.
Aaliyah, you are just owning the emblems in the arena right now.
You never fail to lift my spirits, Micaiah. I think it's that gentle smile you always wear.
I smile most when you're around. There's just something warm and comforting about you.
Meanwhile, Soth seethes with jealousy. Okay, so yes, that did get him staff proficiency. I probably didn't need to go to level 5, but still, we got to see a bond conversation. And that prepares him for going Martial Master later, but he'll need a second seal for that, which we don't have yet. So, yeah, let's promote Aaliyah to Divine Dragon. And get him an even fancier cape and, like, feather kind of shoulder thing. I will use this as I fight for everyone as the Divine Dragon, literally, as the Divine Dragon. The only one we can have in our army of that class. He can use fist weapons now, but I mean, admittedly, Jean isn't really getting much use out of his, so I probably should trade it over to Aaliyah. Just in case I need to break, like, a magic user. It's a feature of arts that I often forget about. So now, again, this feels weird, but I do really want to promote Lapis here, because even though I could promote Alcryst or Louis, their roles won't really change much with promotion. It basically just turns them into the same class, but better. Whereas Lapis will be able to, again, chain attack from 2 range, and she'll be on her way to getting Brave Assist, which is a pretty good skill. Now, the thing about those promoted class skills is, you have to be in that class in order to use those skills. It's something that some people might not like, but I personally like it a lot, because it means that, like, there's a reason to actually staying in certain classes, rather than just being like, oh, I'm gonna be a bandit for, like, 5 levels until I get Deathblow, and then reclass to what I really want to be, as you do in some other Fire Emblem games, particularly Fates and 3 Houses. So yes, we now have Lapis as a hero, and that means I need to give her a javelin. Sadly, I'm not really using Alfred much anymore, so she can have his. What rank is the Rider's Bane again? I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's only D rank, so Lapis can use the Rider's Bane as a Lance hero. It's a little heavy for her, but it could potentially one-shot some cavalry. And, okay, I feel a little cheap doing this, but I can technically, like, get these now via the well. And this is legitimately one of the biggest things Lapis has going for her over later sword users. Or at least later people of similar classes. She can grab Canter or Momentum. So yeah, let's take Canter. And you know what, it's so heavy for Anna, but I might be able to get her some experience off of an armored enemy by using this. And now I think it should be time for support. So let's see, we've got quite a few of these, and I'm just gonna hit them all one by one.
Jean? Are you not getting enough greens at the cafe?
We've made nothing but potatoes a lot.
Oh, no. I'm actually picking medicinal herbs. See?
Wow, you've got a ton picked already.
This one acts as a painkiller, and this one is useful in several ointments.
And this one kills you, don't eat it.
It used to grow all over my home island, but it's gotten harder to find lately, so I'm picking some here to send back to my father.
For the clinic on your island, right? This is a lot for one person to harvest alone. Let me help you.
No, that's okay. You must have a lot of other important things to do, Divine One.
Not so many that I can't lend a hand here. Besides, with the war and your studies, I bet you're so busy you barely have time to sleep.
I should have known the Divine One would see right through me.
That's right. Nothing gets by me.
Except Yunaka's terrible acting.
If you really wouldn't mind, then yes, it would be a big help. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty kind of standard support there, although it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that we're doing it now, because it's like, oh yeah, Brodia Castle's about to get attacked, but let's just go and pick random herbs. And yeah, these two have already reached a B support.
Say, Clan, do you remember how you helped me when I got lost gathering herbs?
Mm-hmm.
As luck would have it, I found a use for them when I met a wounded child near our last battle. treatment was simple with the herbs I'd collected.
Well, that's great news.
I hate to think what would have become of the poor child if I'd stayed lost in that forest. You helped them as much as I did, Clan, so thank you for that.
Oh, I didn't do much. I just gave you directions.
See, now I'm just thinking, like Clan is like, wait, so are you telling me that if I just didn't happen to be in that forest that time, a child's blood would be on my hands?
But your help then rippled outward. The child was from a poor family. I don't think a visit to the doctor was in the cards. If I hadn't come along with those herbs, the wound might have gone septic.
Yeesh.
Yes, a child's blood would be on your hands from a very awful death via infection.
I may have sniffled a bit, but I didn't really think getting lost was that big a deal. But when a doctor is waylaid, lives could hang in the balance. Every second counts. I really must be more careful.
Jean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but don't beat yourself up too much. Everybody has bad days. But if you ask yourself, how did I get myself into this? You can prevent it next time. Though I always seem to make the same mistakes as the steward of the dragon.
Mistakes? You? I can't picture it. You always seem so sure of yourself.
And you always get really good level ups.
Oh, not at all. I'm still just an apprentice. There are so many people older than me here that I'm glad to have someone closer to my age.
Huh, closer to your age, okay. Yeah, maybe the ages aren't really canon, because I don't personally see, like, 11 and 16 being that close.
Oh, no. Did I say something wrong?
No. I'm happy to hear that. I always thought I was a burden to people.
Or maybe Jean is older than his, data mind age says.
So I'm glad to hear someone is happy to have me around.
I don't think it's as bad as you fear.
You wait and see, Clan. I'm going to be just as good as you someday.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking this sort of mentor relationship they're having in these supports. And now... Okay, yeah. Oh, this one's interesting, if I remember right.
Yunaka, tell me what you have planned for the upcoming Brodian assembly.
Sorry, could you try again? Only one of my ears was ready that time.
I've never heard that somebody say that before, and that's incredible.
I know you've been asking around for details on the upcoming gathering of Brodian officials.
What?
Brodia is my treasure, as are its people. If you have any criminal intentions, I will stop you.
Whoa, hold up, back it up. I think this might be a misunderstanding.
Oh? What exactly am I misunderstanding? You are lying about your identity, are you not?
That's, well,
In other words, that's true, but she's a little bit mistaken on the context and Yunaka's intentions.
Don't bother denying it. You've fooled many, but I know your true profession. You're an assassin. I assume you didn't consider someone like me to be a threat. As a noble, it's my duty to keep my people safe. And I can tell that you're up to something. I've already gathered all the evidence I need. If you don't confess, I'll tell everyone about you.
Yeah, it's true. I was a Brodian assassin.
And yeah, Yunaka is from Brodia, which is the reason the Brodian food menu unlock when she joins.
Honestly though, I've put that life behind me. That's not who I am anymore.
Try harder.
No, she's using her serious voice. I think you can believe her.
I'm telling you the truth. Look, hear me out at least. Please. I'll tell you everything.
Fine. I'll hear what you have to say. But later. Know this, Yunaka. To protect Brodia, I can and will act with a heart of cold steel. No mercy.
If you threaten Brodia, Citrinne will summon Valimar the Ashen Knight on you.
Yeah, I'll remember.
I don't know if some of you might think it was a little early to drop that reveal, but to me it was always obvious Yunaka was actually an assassin. The real interesting aspects of Yunaka are more like, you know, how and why did she get into that profession, and that's revealed in some of her other supports. As well as why she wanted to get out of that life.
Ooh, look what I found. It's an Alfred. Fancy meeting one of those in a place like this.
And Alfred. You've clearly caught on to my habit of calling enemies things.
Hey, Yunaka. You, settling in okay?
Absolutely. Everyone's been a tasty treat. If anything, the welcome's been almost a little too warm, you know? I'm an unknown quantity. I could be anybody. What if I was a somebody? Who would know? It's weirdly convenient no one's been checking on me to try to find out.
Okay, weird timing for this support. I should have done this one first, because then it would have been Yunaka tempting fate, but now it looks like Yunaka's just lying and doing a bad job of it.
Oh, should I be snooping more?
Seems like a logical course of action, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I do want to get to know you better. So yeah, we should talk more, when we get the time.
Talk? Is that your idea of gathering intel? Are you really gonna go that easy on me? Think about it, chum. I could be an enemy spy.
Probably not, though. I trust you.
Forsooth, silly lad. Whence comes this unearned confidence? Have you never once been betrayed, swindled, double-crossed, bamboozled?
I get that question a lot.
Gets that question a lot, he says. Not a bit of self-awareness on this guy.
Is this a nice follow-up to Yunaka's introduction in the story, with Alfred taking her completely at face value despite her horrible attempt at lying?
I don't get you, Alfred, but maybe I shouldn't look this gift knife in the serrated bevel. If you trust me, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Anytime, Yunaka.
Yeah, Alfred can be pretty dense sometimes. But I wonder if that was like Yunaka trying to get her confidence back, being like, okay, I've deceived some people here at least. Only one person caught on so far. And, oh, Anna and Lapis.
Hey, you're Lapis, right? I've been looking all over for you. I hear you're a whiz at making neat stuff out of whatever's lying around.
Yes, that's me.
Yes, Lapis, pro Minecraft player.
Yes! I smell profit to be made. The name's Lady Anna. I'm a merchant who's just as good at cutting wood as cutting costs.
Oh, all right. It's a pleasure to meet you, Anna.
Aw, you don't have to be so formal. Lady Anna is fine. Bottom line, Lapis, we should be in business together.
I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, there's nothing to it. You'll be in charge of supplying cute goods, and I'll drum up demand. Boom! We make a killing. I'm happy, you're happy, the customer's happy. Win, win, win.
Does she get some of the profits from this, though?
As labor, you'll get your share, of
Oh,
course.
okay, she does.
Come on, please. Oh, don't make a little girl cry.
Let's slow down a bit here. What sort of things would you want me to make?
Well, I'm from Wintertide Village, so something related to that would be nice.
And that explains why Anna's stamp in the ally notebook is a snowman.
I see. So you'd want something that reminds people of your hometown.
You're the ideas department. Once you have a product, I'll work my sales and marketing magic.
Sure. Okay.
What, you don't believe me? You think I can't close a sale just because I'm a little kid?
I'll have you know that I sold a statue for Fran to give to her parents.
I'll give you a guarantee. If I can't sell whatever you make, I'll give you 1 billion gold. It's a can't-lose proposition.
It's a lose proposition for, like, this army, because that's probably where the gold would be coming from.
All right. I'll try to think of something to make.
And so, Anna has recruited her first apprentice at Anna's great big store of bargains and, secretness. And of course, I have saved the best for last. Well, maybe not the best yet.
I vow to protect you, Lapis.
Prince Alcryst? What are you talking about?
So, apparently in certain circles in Japanese culture, saying I vow to protect you is basically a love confession, so yeah, it's canon.
You kept me safe during battle the other day.
Of course I did. I'm your retainer. It's my duty to keep you safe.
Yes, but I don't deserve it. I'm useless, but your character and skills have real value. That's why, from now on, I vow to protect you in battle, Lapis.
What?
But then, I suppose those words are hollow coming from someone as unreliable as me.
That makes 3.
What?
This is the 3rd time you vowed to protect me like this, Prince Alcryst.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, I do recall saying it just after we met. And then again at the Grand Crossing, if I'm recalling correctly.
That's right. Hearing you say those words, it made me... Please stop trying to switch our duties like this. I'm just a retainer. You're a prince.
I'm sorry. I'm just being honest about how I see things.
No, I know that. But I don't think many retainers would be okay with their master taking a hit for them.
apologize.
Oh, please don't take it hard. I know how you meant it. I appreciate the thought, okay?
Yes, of course.
So in general, the Brodian supports are pretty nice, but on that note, I do want to talk about one thing here. And that is, it's kind of an elephant in the room with this game that I need to bring up at some point. So, you've heard me massively shipping Alcryst and Lapis, right? I don't want to get your hopes up because Engage actually has no paired endings for people besides Aaliyah. And there are a lot of people who really don't like this, because shipping is huge in Fire Emblem. It's been one of the biggest appeals of the series ever since it was first possible. Oh, I've played for 12 hours. But here's the thing. Ever since Awakening, I feel like Fire Emblem has just been, like, completely just all about romance, and it heavily focused on both S supports and shipping characters with the whole children mechanic and stuff. I personally find it refreshing that Engage is a Fire Emblem game, and even story, that focuses much more on familial bonds and platonic bonds than romance. I say that, and we see Clan and Fram splashing each other in the pool like siblings. That's actually a really nice segue. And I do really like that. And so, yeah, there are supports in this game that have a couple of romantic implications. Like, for example, those two. Like even outside of those supports, I think Lapis outright admits to Citrinne in their supports that she has a crush on Alcryst. So it is at least canon from, like, her side. But Alcryst and Lapis is literally the only romantic pairing in Engage that I ship. And yeah, you might be wondering about that. What about Aaliyah? Well, I'll talk about that later, but I actually really do not, like, honestly, I don't see Aaliyah as being romantically attached to anybody. I personally headcanon Aaliyah as aromantic, at the very least, because I just don't think it makes sense for their character to be just that devoted to one ally over all their others. Like, Aaliyah just platonically loves everyone, in my view. And like I said, I'll talk about that more later. But for now, just know that I don't actually mind the lack of romance in Engage. I find it quite refreshing, honestly. And next time, we'll be heading to Chapter 8, Brodia Castle, where we deal with the real brunt of the Illusian invasion. See you all then. Wait, hang on a second, I forgot. Clan and Celica unlock their B-Bond conversation.
Clan, what's in that jar you carry everywhere?
Pickles. They're the best thing. I eat them for breakfast and they wake me right up.
Yeah, I heard somewhere that, like, Clan likes pickles, but at least he's not as obsessive with it as, I can't believe this. This sums up this character in Fate so much that I've forgotten their name. Hisame, that's it. Honestly, I find Hisame the most forgettable. Apart from maybe Ralph from Thracia, Hisame might be the most forgettable character in all of Fire Emblem. I'm so sorry to any Hisame fans out there. But yeah, now Clan has the recover staff before the next battle, so good thing I did that. Okay, now I will see you next time for the Brodian invasion.